Fam, what's up? It's your boy Akasan. I've been dreading making this announcement for some time now, but I wanted you to hear it from me straight, and I wanted to talk about the life of Itika. So it was just announced about 1 minute ago by the NYPD News that Desmond Amofa, otherwise known as I see. I've never actually heard what his name is pronounced by other people, so I've always read it as Itika, Itika or Ethika, but he has actually been found deceased. Uh, Breaking news right now is coming out of NYPD News. It's been a harrowing last couple of days here. For those that don't know, Itika was a very predominant streamer, YouTuber. He wasn't really considered part of the reactor verse, but he was indeed one of the greatest reactors I have ever had the pleasure of witnessing. Uh, to me, he was always known as the hype beast. And, obviously I've been inspired by him. I know there's a lot of people that have been inspired by him, but nobody has ever been like him. And I think one of the biggest things about his life uh, is the fact that when you saw him excited about it, you knew it was coming from the heart. When you saw him say, I'm coming to Pokemon Mewtwo or something like that, you knew it was from the heart. And I've always been inspired by that sort of pure fandom. I mean, that's what real reactions have always been about, I felt. And I've always been inspired by him. And, I learned a lot of things from him in the fact that even with the copyright system, he was always so mild mannered in the way that he presented himself online. Uh, and I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself, but for the most part, I've always been really a big fan of him. But the last couple of days have been hard for a lot of his fans, and if you're not familiar, that the last couple of years, he's been going through a lot of psychological problems, a lot of emotional problems, and this actually isn't the first time there was a big situation. But we knew that this time was probably the biggest. A few days ago, he actually uploaded a live stream and our stream, basically an apology video, and um, he was just going through a lot of hard things and apologizing about a lot of things, and it was a very suicidal video, and he jumped off the. As far as we know, he jumped off. I believe it was the Manhattan Bridge, and he killed himself. And we've been all wondering if we found his belongings, or the police have found his belongings on top of the Manhattan Bridge, I believe, and a body showed up yesterday, and we were waiting for the identification, but I mean, the writing for the most part had seemed to be on the wall, and it was just confirmed about 4 minutes ago that the body that they found was indeed belonging to him. Uh, thoughts and prayers, of course, to his family. Obviously, his family is the people that are going to be suffering from this the most. Only they really know truly how much he was suffering. I think I might have to make a video on this tomorrow because we were just talking about the pressures of social media and what that can do for you. And it's hard. It's really hard. Like I said, I was just talking with somebody about this and we were just talking about the pressures of what happens. I believe there's really two types of people on YouTube. and there's people that got famous accidentally because they were doing something they love, and then there's people that got famous because they wanted to become famous and they wanted to do it for the money and they wanted the attention, so they didn't care who they stepped on, spit on, uh, betrayed, backstabbed, whatever the case may be, and they're fine with that kind of heat. But I purely believe that Etika, Ithika, I'd say Ithika, honestly, but it might be Etika. I truly believe that he was a person that got very famous because he just truly believed like people could feel his passion, and unfortunately he got so much pressure, so much fame that he didn't really know how to do, how to handle that, and not everybody is built for that, honestly. And I can't speak too much about what was going on in his head. I'm not him, but I did see what he was going through a lot, and I did see a lot of myself, or at least he inspired a lot of me into how to run my YouTube channel and how to sometimes, take a step back, take a break. Uh, so I think what I'm gonna leave on this note here, guys, is because this is sucks. This sucks, but it's not. It's not. Nah, it's not. It's just not. I'm not. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because he was hurting a lot. And if anybody have been following him for the last couple of years, you know that he was going through a lot, and it wasn't really a phase. And it just sucks that this is the way that it ended. Mental health should not be joked about, especially for black men as well. I've gone through therapy many times. I've seen myself with a rope around my neck and what have you not, many years ago. But I was able to pull I had the support at that time. I had the support to pull myself back from those sort of desires, and um, I'm still struggling through life as it is, hoping for a better resolve. And unfortunately, he was not. I speak of Itika. He was not able to find that light, and that is a shame. Rest in peace for sure. So, Red Dreaded Nation, please stand up. Please speak up. If you're hurting inside and if you're please do not become an example like this. Please do something more with your life. Please reach out to people if you're hurting inside. And of all things, please, social media is not the end all to everything. It can seem like a lot of many times. It can seem like that's all it is. And I've been there before. There's been times when I've been crying about monetization or whatever, what have you not, or crying or being upset or feeling like it was the end of the world because people didn't like the way I reacted to Batman v Superman or some bullshit like that, right? It can seem like the end of the world, but it's not. It's not. And just think of all the other people that love you, the real people that love you, and will miss you when you're gone. And unfortunately, it seems that Itika will never really feel that or never really understand that. It really is. I'll speak about it more on a later time, but it really is when you're doing YouTube, when you're doing social media, you feel like you're in this weird fucking bubble where everybody just fucking hates you because those are the only people that ever speak out on social media. Those are the only people that comment are the trolls and the haters, and you really do feel like shit all the time. Like you're not good enough, like you're not getting enough subscribers, you're not getting enough followers, and all that other shit, and that'll really lead you to feel like you're not really doing it right. But that's just one man's opinion. That's my thought on this. It really sucks because I really did enjoy everything that he put out there, and I really was inspired by a lot of just that pure emotional hype that he would give and get other people excited about things. And it's just such a shame that he was gone too soon. Rest in peace. Please leave some comments below. Leave the national suicide numbers for your countries as well, because I really do feel like I really feel like people just sometimes need to hear a voice sometimes to not take that jump. That's not the jump you should be taking. And I hope that we can at least help other people in this tragedy, help other people to reach out and get some help, because this is not the right way to handle this situation. And I hope this is the last time we'll ever have to speak about something like this, YouTube, social media related, ever again. Love you all, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Peace, y'all.
When I go into the ground, my mama's gonna see me in the best casket possible. I'm gonna have a bunch of silver on that bitch. Dogs, yo, listen, as a matter of fact, let me get it out the way right now. In case I ever do go down, do the dumb shit like Luke Bomber's saying, I want to be buried. Where do I want to be buried? Do the dumb shit. Yo, listen, back, let me get it out the way right now. In case I ever do go down. When I go into the ground, my mama's gonna When I go into the ground, my mama's gonna see me in the best casket possible. I'm gonna have a bunch of silver on that bitch. Dogs, yo, listen, as a matter of fact, let me get it out the way right now. In case I ever do go down, do the dumb shit like Luke Bomber's saying, I want to be buried. Where do I want to be buried at the YouTube headquarters in LA. Put me right in front. And I want my tombstone to read, no bitch niggas. That's all. Don't put my name on it. Don't put when I died. No bitch niggas, buried in front of YouTube headquarters. And I want a silver coffin. And at the fucking funeral, the only song that I want to be played is Anime Titties. There's a song called Anime Titties. No, Anime Pussy by Joseph on Deck. If you guys can remember that, I'm saying it right now. Video form. Years from now, when I pass away, you guys have an archive of my final desires. This is what I want. You think it's going to change when I get older, maturity? That's not going to affect me. You dudes better not betray me. I don't care what the fuck my mom wants me buried at. Well, she's